Hey kittens, and welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are having a fantastic week and that you have a great weekend planned ahead of you. So today I wanted to touch on my favorite primers, the ones that I use whenever I am doing my makeup, I reach for. And I have 12, yes, you heard me right, 12 different ones that I want to show you. I have them broken out into 4 different categories, and I will tell you what I think about them and which ones I reach for the most. So let's go ahead, and if you're interested, we're gonna jump right in. So the first 2 that I have that I want to show you is, the first one is from Milani, and this is their Prep and Smooth in Camellia. And this one is from Touch in Soul, and it is their No Pore Blem, and this is their Prime Essence. The reason I put these 2 together is because they are more oil based for me. This one is a straight up, it tells you on the front, face oil. This one they refer to as a Prime Essence, but it is more or less the same consistency. I love the Milani packaging with the little pump. See the bubbles in there? Let's go ahead, and it does have a dropper, and as you can see, it is truly an oil. See that running down there? And it does smell, I have to say, if anybody knows what the Camellia flower smells like, it smells exactly like that. So let's go ahead and squeeze a little bit of the Touch in Soul, and see, this is why I put them together. They are both liquidy and an oil-based product. The Touch in Soul is a little more glossy or glassy on the skin, very smooth feeling. And the Milani, it feels exactly like it is a face oil. All right, let's go ahead and wipe that off. The next 2 that I have, I put into more of the cream category. The first one is the e.l.f. and this is their Poreless Putty Primer. And that is what that looks like. It is pink, and as you can see, I have been digging into that. And this is what the consistency is like. It is a cream consistency. And the other one is again from Touch in Soul, their No Pore Blem Primer, Smooth and Pore Correcting. It is also pink, and that's what that's like. So as you can see, they are both in a cream format. The e.l.f. primer is a little heavier, and the Touch in Soul is a bit smoother in texture. Alrighty then, moving on to the next one that I have, and I have 3 in this category, and these are more of my jelly primers. So the first one for you is the Wet n Wild Jelly. Let's go ahead and open that up, and it is exactly as it says. It's a jelly. Clear as can be in there. Look at that. And I will tell you this, you cover it back up, you leave it for a couple hours that you're not using it, and it goes right back to that smooth texture. Okay, so that's that one. The other one that I have is also, so I'm going to cover it back up. Let's see if by the end of the video it goes back to its smooth texture. The other one is the NYX Bear With Me Hydrating Jelly Primer. This is also a jelly. And that's what it looks like. Let's go ahead, and it's the same kind of, they are both the exact same consistency. And the last one that I consider it to be, it's not really a jelly, but I do put it in the same category, is the NYX Shine Killer Primer. And let me show you why I put it in the same category. Because, let's see, it is also clear. And it also has more or less the same consistency as the others. So it's just those very clear primers. Okay, the last group that I have for you, and I'm going to clean off my hand, are my illuminating or shimmer primers. So let's go ahead and grab the first one. And I have 5 in this group. So the first one is the Wanda Beauty Glow Ahead Illuminating Face Oil. Now this can either go, I have to say, with the oils or with my illuminating primers. I chose to put it with the illuminating because it does have that glow. Now I don't know if you can see in the clear tube right here, that pink, it is iridescent, but it does have that little bit of a runny texture. But so do all of them. So that was the first one, the Wanda. The next one that I have is also pink, and this one is the Revlon Rose Glow Hydrating and Illuminating Primer. And it comes with that dropper tube. And this Revlon one, you might not be able to see it, but it does have those spots that you're seeing right there are beads. They're little beads that are in there that burst once you rub them in. Okay, next illuminating one. The Wet n Wild Photo Focus Rose Primer Serum. Can we see a trend with the colors here, guys? All that pink. And again, this one has your little pump. Let's go ahead and pump some right here. And as you can see, that one is a little runny too. All right, so that was the Wet n Wild Photo Focus. Another one that I do have, again, is from Wet n Wild, and this is their Megaglo. And this one is more of a bluish shade. But again, it does come with that pump. And let's go ahead and pump some right here. And runny like all the others. And the last one that I have is from Physicians Formula, and this is their Rose All Day Oil-Free Serum. Again, the little pump. Now this one is a bit thicker than the others. See how it's more or less stays put? So there you have it. This one is the Wet n Wild Megaglo. Then we have the Physicians Formula. This one is the Wanda Beauty. This is the Revlon. And then this one is the Wet n Wild, which is the runniest Rose Primer. So as you can see, all of them offer a little glow that will just illuminate your face underneath your makeup. So what are my favorites in all the categories? So let's start off with the oils. We have the Milani, and we have the No Pore Blem by Touch n Soul. With these two, the No Pore Blem from Touch n Soul would be my favorite. And the reason for this is because this goes on a little less oily. I mean, this does say it is a face oil. I like this for the winters in Florida when it gets a little tiny bit colder, so your skin is a little drier. This would be my go-to product. But on a daily basis, if I had to choose between the two oils, it would be the No Pore Blem from Touch n Soul. Next, in the cream-based products, oh my goodness, this is just the hardest one to choose because for me, they offer different things. This one is a lot smoother in texture when you put it on, but the e.l.f. really does hold your makeup together. This one I use when I have to quickly do my makeup and I want like this smooth canvas. The e.l.f. I use when I have a long day and I want that makeup to last with very, very little shine. Then in my jellies. To start off with my least favorite, that would be the NYX Bear With Me. For me, I have to use a good bit of this one to get even a nice beginner smooth canvas. I'm not saying it's not good, it's just the least of my favorites between the three. The Wet n Wild offers a smoother canvas and a little bit more coverage, so to speak, in terms of it really gets into your pores and really does a good job in smoothing everything out. The NYX Shine Killer, this is really great for those spots where you are oily. So for me, it would be my T-zone. So most of the times if I'm using my jellies, I do a mixture of these two. The Shine Killer in my T-zone and the jelly on the rest of my face. The jelly from Wet n Wild. Okay. And then the last section, let's see if I can hold up how many I can get up for you guys. The Illuminating Primers. My absolute favorite in the bunch would be the Physicians Formula Rose All Day. And my reason for this is this one, as you saw, it's a little thicker. It's not as runny as the others. And it does have a little bit more illumination, a little bit more of that va-va-voom than the others do. And it goes onto your skin so smooth. And the smell, it smells just like roses. So it kind of, I think the reason it's my favorite is it kind of reminds me of my mom. My mom's favorite flowers are orchids and roses. So as a child growing up, I was always surrounded by those flowers. Even now, she has a beautiful rose garden. So when we go home to visit, you just smell the roses. So this one does take me back and remind me a lot of my mom, which could be why it's my favorite. But the formula also, I do love it. If I had to choose a second place, it would be the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Rose Primer. I know, again, the rose. And yes, I mean, let's see. I don't think this one, the smell of the roses from what? Yeah, the smell in this one, you don't get that rose smell. But I do like the formula and the texture. It is a lot lighter than the Physicians Formula. So again, on those days when it's a little hotter, but I do want some illumination, this would be my go-to. My least favorite would be the Megaglo from Wet n Wild. Simply because for me, it does not really, it's really thin and runny and it does not really provide that much illumination, but it is nice in the sense that it goes on smooth. My pet peeve one in these, and yes, I do have a pet peeve one, would be the Revlon Rose Glow. Again, rose. We can see a theme here too besides the pink. The reason for my pet peeve being, I do love the little beads in it that burst because it does offer that little extra. The problem that I have with it, and I think this would have been better maybe in a tube, something like this with a bigger opening, is that the beads get stuck in the plunger. So it's a little difficult sometimes to get up as much product as you want for one use. So sometimes I have to dip in and, you know, pump into my hand more than once. But I mean, it's a problem that you can deal with because I really do like this one. So those are my 12 go-to primer kittens. I hope that there is something in this mix that you might find that would work for you if you're not already using one of them. I really do enjoy them, and I always do like to use a primer before my makeup because that helps set everything in place. I do go based on the weather outside because I do live in Florida, as I've mentioned before. So we have the extreme heat, the extreme humidity. You have times where your skin is a lot drier, so it needs something more. So this is the reason why I have such a big collection. But I hope this was something useful for you guys today. I want to thank you for stopping by. I really do hope that you have a wonderful weekend and a great week ahead of you. And kittens, don't forget to live and play in all that beautiful color and continue to live your very best life. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that bell to keep me coming at you. And kittens, drop a comment below if you use any of these or if you have any that you use that I haven't mentioned here that you love. I'm always interested in hearing about a good primer to start off my makeup look. Thank you guys for sticking around, and you have a super fantastic one. Mwah!